Transphobia for a stronger America.
By allowing biological males to compete in women's sports, we are placing our daughters in danger every time they step onto the field. This hearing is about protecting women. Protecting women.
And America really hates cheaters. That is why beating women in women's sports is so obnoxious to the American public. It normalizes and encourages the terrible reality and tragedy of children mutilating themselves.
You mean by encouraging these kids to play on an athletic team that doesn't match their actual sex, you may be sending them down this path in which they might wind up killing themselves?
Absolutely. In addition to using cross-sex hormones or puberty blockers, that actually sets off many latent mental health conditions.
Today we have something called gender-affirming care in our country, which is really cutting off the body parts of people.
Cutting off the body parts.
In order to make them feel like they're another gender, which is completely wrong.
It's not just a matter of people who pretend to be girls or women who are biological males moving into girls and women's sports to take a place, but isn't there an issue of the difference in strength and the issue of safety?
I don't want to be considered a bigot or a transphobe.
In March of 2022, female swimmers from around the country and I were forced to compete at NCAA's against Leah, formerly Will Thomas. Just allowing a male into their sorority house, watching them as they shower and undress, walking around in the vein of being explicit here, but again, walking around erect.
A
6'4", 22-year-old male who is fully intact with male genitalia.
What more can Congress do to ensure that the Biden administration is not able to radically alter Title IX?
This chamber, as well as the upper chamber, should consider passing legislation specifically to keep sex separated and distinct by biological sex.
Transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely.
Eradicated.
That's why I've drafted a bill, Save Women's Sports Act.
This attempt to erase transgender rights is brought to you by the Heritage Foundation. If you hate trans, we'll put money in your hands. And we'll take their money and make it the law of the land. We're the Republicans. We think you hate transgender people as much as we do.